Yes, clearly. It's starting to be competitive. The main issue here is that we have the opportunity to create a new type of assets, better quality, very good approach to the international type of assets that we are looking in UK or in other countries like Germany mainly, but because we are based in Germany. And I think the opportunity is to improve the quality of assets, on the other hand, to create a big network with international countries. And the other point that we are looking here is a clear cultural change in the country. If you look at the numbers, in Spain, more than 50% of the people is living at the parents' house. This, in comparison with the Nordics, that this is less than 15%, or the UK, that it could be no more than 20%, I think we have a big room to growth. And this is a cultural change that is happened because obviously the new professionals are looking, mobility in terms of the looking for a new place to work, mobility in terms of they don't like to be in the same city all the life. And I think it's the opportunity to change the patterns of the behavior of these people. And the opportunity is clearly because the demand from Europe is growing, and we will have good drivers for this. One is the quality of life, the weather, and obviously we need to provide the good quality of assets to try and to attract these people. Yeah.
Well, let me point something. I agree with some of what has been mentioned by Borja. When I said before that I don't see a main trend, a common trend in Europe, I was talking more about, I was more talking about consolidation. Our market is more granulated. There are markets which are much more consolidated, in which you only can find 5, 6 really big players. This is not the case for Spain, for instance. The quality of the assets is not homogeneous at all. The international standards are not, in Spain, we cannot find many assets that can fulfill international standards, for instance. The kind of investors you can find in UK, for instance, you can find sovereign funds in partnership with platforms investing in student accommodation. I'm talking about Greystar, Unite, Nido, Knightsbridge, 360, these kind of platforms investing in joint venture with CPPIB or PSP as Canadian pension funds and sovereign funds. You can see GIC, the sovereign fund of Singapore, investing also with some of these players like GSA, Global Student Accommodation. You can find very, very core players accessing this market, what you cannot find in Spain. Spain is a market for more opportunity and value-add players like private equities and so on. This is because I told you that I don't find a really common trend on that. And yields are very different. You can find transactions in levels under 5% in UK, where in Spain, investors are expecting yields at least higher of 6.5%. So this is because I told that I didn't find really common trends. Once said that, I think there is growth capacity in Spain to invest in these segments. If you see demographics, of course, student accommodation is something that is going to be part of the future for sure. We have published very recently at CBRE a paper which is called Beds and Sets, because this is what we expect to have in the future for Europe, And beds, when we say beds, we are talking about the student accommodation, but also senior housing, but also rehab, post-acute, hospitals. This is going to be a really, really big trend in the future, okay? Investors are looking for, they are yield hunters, and now, because of the interest rates we have in the market and the yield compression that took place for the last 2.5 years in the country, probably it makes completely sense to increase the exposure to this kind of alternative investment. We are going to see, for sure, an increase in this sector more than double each year.
Just a comment related with your point on the institutional investment, that Spain don't have institutional investors yet because the market doesn't exist. We are creating the market. There are new developers with international standards, look in the market, trying to apply, you know, the new type of quality of buildings and according to the demand for international students. And I think we are in the process to create this market from the next 3-5 years, and then we could have enough volume and enough quality of buildings to be part of the international investment. I think is the conclusion of this, yeah?